It's finally here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. The day has finally arrived. It is the release of the iFly 737 MAX. Well, I say it's the release, it's the pre-release as iFly has described it. So this is the version that you would have potentially seen some streamers and content creators with in the past few days. It's the same version, so there might be a couple of bugs etc, but it's pretty much ready to go. We're going to do a wee full flight in the aircraft. We're going to come from Reus in Spain up to Glasgow in the TUI Livery 737 MAX8. This is my first time with the plane. Obviously I've seen some videos and things on it. I've never flown it. I've literally just loaded it up, put the ground power on. I've changed a couple of settings in the EFB, but other than that I haven't touched it. So yeah, we're just going to have a wee full flight. As with the channel, I'm not going to take this too seriously. We're just going to have a little look around the plane, take it on a flight and see how it is. But I am really looking forward to it. The model, as I've seen from all the videos, as you've probably already seen, is fantastic. And yeah, so let's jump into the flight deck. So this is the flight deck. Obviously, again, you've probably seen it all before. If I go to the overhead panel, we can put the IRSs to nav. The thing that's going to get a little bit of taking used to now in this aircraft is you use the scroll wheel for most of the switches, not like the click. So that will take a little second to get used to, so apologies about that. We can arm the emergency lights, and what we can do is set up the EFB, I think. So performance and payload. So I think if we go to weight and balance. Now I'm wondering actually, this is, as you can see, this is obviously the first time that I am flying the aircraft. So if we go to FMC, we go to ident position, we're at Lima Echo Romeo Sierra. We'll just take the GPS coordinates. There we go. If we go to route, I'm going to do to Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do flight plan request. Now I'm hoping, so I can't quite figure out because how to get the SimBrief linked up to it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do it manually. So we're Tomjet, Tomjet, what are we, 59 Golf. We will be departing from runway, let me just check the ATIS. So at Lima Echo Sierra, it's 1204 is the wind at the moment. Just having a look. Scott is taking off of runway 07, so we'll just go with that. We'll activate that and execute that. So what we'll do is we'll just put this in manually. So we're departing on runway 07, and this is the SID that we'll be using. So forgive me as I now attempt to look at my other screen to get this put in. So we will be taking the airway uniform at November, or upper November, whatever it is, 863, and we'll be taking that to Golf India Romeo Oscar Mike. We'll then be going direct to going up, Golf Oscar November Uniform Papa, and then we'll be going direct to Tupar, which is Tango Uniform Papa Alpha Romeo. Oh, and then we will go in Upper Yankee 120 to Alpha Kilo Kilo India, and then unit Upper November 867, Upper November 867 to Vasux, so that is Victor Alpha Sierra Uniform X-ray, and then direct to Trent, Tango November Tango, which will be 53, so it's going to be this one. And then we're going Upper November 57 again, Upper November 57 to Papa Oscar Lima, to Upper November 601, nearly there, to Rebel. So Romeo India Bravo Echo Lima, and from there we'll be on the arrival into Glasgow. At the moment we're planning for runway 05 on the Rebel 1 Golf arrival, and we'll execute that at the moment. We'll just take clear the discontinuity. What I'll just quickly do is just double check how we're looking to make sure that I've got that all correct. As I say, what we'll probably do is I'll either put a more direct course in for that, or we'll just sort something out anyway. But yeah, that looks all okay, which is good. It's been a while since I've manually put in a manual route. So we can go back to init F, the zero fuel weight. See, now this is where I need to then go to. Okay, after a bit of fiddling, I think, is it in here that I put it? 7400 complete. There we go. So that should now, so if I then go set fuel, will that fill it up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so for the payload, okay, I've got another idea. How many passengers does it say we are taking? Give me a little moment here to have a look. So it says we are taking 153 passengers apparently. 153, 153, and then can I click enter? Complete. Oh, weight and balance. Our zero fuel weight's now at 59.1, which is about 0.6 tons. So cargo 3.7 it's reckoning. So if we put 1.75 and or 1750 backspace 1750. See, now our zero fuel weight's too high, so it's slightly different to what I've got in SimBrief. So let's do, what about 300? I just want to get it somewhat close. 59.4 we're at now. I need to get it to 300. Hide keyboard. 59.7. There we go. That's pretty much spot on. So we'll set the payload, which is done. Okay. I don't think airport map will work. Okay, it is. I don't have Navigraph working at the moment, so I'm quite surprised that's actually working. Fair enough. Okay. just gonna, yeah, there we go, that's fine. Reserves have like just put 1, cost index 25 is fine. We are cruising at 380, I believe, yep, 380. We'll just execute that. I'll not bother putting the wins or anything in. We can do takeoff performance, I believe. So if we go to menu, performance and payload, and we go to cancel, there we go. So we can go to Lima Echo Romeo Sierra and search, there we go. We're taking off on 07. It is dry. The wind at the moment is 120 at 4 at the moment. 120 at 4. 1, 2. It's in meters per second, which is interesting. I'm just going to leave it. It's not going to make a massive difference. 22 degrees Celsius. QNH is 1016. 016. We can go take off 1. It will probably be flat 5. We'll try and keep the packs on, and there'll be anti-icing, no. We can then calculate, hopefully. There we go. So we're going to take off 1 and we're flexing to 34. So take off 1, flexing to 34. We're derating. Flaps 5. 5.77 on the trim, which is, just go with that. 138, 139, 147, 138, 139. It's got V2 at 14. 138, 139. There we go. So I believe that'll be us. Saying 2.6 of fuel at Glasgow, which is a bit less than what I've got planned, but it should be okay. And with that, let us set the NCP. So just double checking, it was 147 on the V2. There we go. We'll just initially go up to say 12,000. We're not online or anything like that. We'll put the left in, right. I'm just going to arm LNAV and VNAV. Can set the heading round to roughly. It's very fiddly. We'll put it to 068. What we'll do is we will start the APU. And hopefully, let's go outside and see if we can listen. Sounding amazing. Those dark clouds. Right, so APU is available. So just switch the generators over. We'll get GSX to prepare us for pushback. And I'm going to just set the parking brake. And we'll go into... Now, I don't know if it's going to automatically remove stuff. I haven't looked into the integration for GSX too heavily. doesn't look like anything's removed yet, so what I'm just going to do is try and do it myself. So we'll go to System Page, Sim Menu, Ground Support. We'll get rid of the chocks and we'll disconnect the ground power unit and we'll set that. That should be enough for us to get set. Set up all of my wing views as well, so hopefully lots of nice shots to come as we depart. Lovely. Oh, I've also not set the QNH, which was 1016. 1016. 1016. There we go. And we're going to go right. So we shall fire all the fuel pumps on. I don't think we've got anything in the centre, we do not. There we go. We can release the parking brake. Yaw damper can come on. We can just put the bleeds off like so at 380. Seatbelt signs probably should have already been on, but it is what it is. Anti-collision light is on. We're on the move. Should probably start the engines because they take some time apparently in this aircraft, so let's just start with number 2. Now I don't know, I think I need to wait for it to finish motoring, I believe. So we're just going to chill and wait for that to not be motoring, I guess. There it goes. So we can flick the fuel in. Let's go for, and let's just listen. Oh, that sounds immense. I think that means I've pretty much spooled up, yeah. Let's get the parking brakes set. So we've got starter cutout, we can go to ground on engine number 1. GSX has done a fantastic job as always at pushing us back there. So we'll wait for it to finish motoring again. We wait. Apparently this gets even longer when it's they're warm, which they're not, because this is the first flight I've taken. And let's just sit back and listen to the sounds again. they have got that noise modelled or like done spot on. Having flown in a Max fairly recently, that is spot on. Very, very impressed. So the engines are starting now, so we can flick over to the engine generators. We can take the APU off. Taxi lights on. 2 continuous. The hydraulic pumps can come on. Packs can go to auto. Bleeds. There we go. We can set the flaps to flaps 5. Oh, even the flaps sound sound amazing. Do a flight control check. They look amazing, lovely. So we can, auto brake, where's that? There it is there. So we can set that to RTO. Flaps are set at 5, parking brake off. Check the recall, all clear. Let's get this show on the road. Even the wing flex is like... The wing flex is spot on. I mean, this is incredible. I'm so impressed. So impressed. Now, it's a very, very, very short turn taxi to the runway here from where we were. What I'm also doing at the moment is just setting up the recording on SkyDolly. So if it's worked, you'll see some replays, I'm sure, at points during the video. But anyway, as you can see, we're already at the runway. So I am going to put the landing lights on. Strobe lights can come on.
07.
Thank you, Reus. What I do like is if I like spin the rudder around or the taxi, the wings flexing with it, it's just, it looks like proper physics, which is just, it's unreal, to be honest. We haven't even taken off yet and I'm loving it. I don't know if that was the APU shutting down that we can kind of hear, I'm not sure.
On runway 07.
Thank you, Reus. Okay, let's go for it. Start the clock. And auto throttle can arm. So let's go 40%. Quick listen at the wing. Oh. And take off. Power set. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Incredible. Trimmed pretty well. Climb thrust. Bring that nose down. Lovely. Feels really nice on the controls. Yeah, I enjoy this. This is good. We'll go flaps 1, we'll try and take it from the outside. Oh, a little bit bumpy. We'll go flaps up. Flaps are up, no light. Through the clouds. It is a little bit bumpy as we go through the clouds. We're using Active Sky for the weather. Whoa! It's quite a big updraft there. It hand flies just as I would expect it to. It's taking the bumps really well. We can set standard pressure 3 times. Oh, in fact, standard, there we go. The only issue with flight sims trying to multitask between the mouse and the joystick when you're manually flying. Oh, it just looks incredible. It's quite a tight turn that it's got us going on, but that's okay. We're going to engage Command A. We're going to go all the way up to 380. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. We'll just altitude intervene it. The landing lights can come off, taxi lights can come off. Continuous. Double check the recall. All good. Take the range out a bit. What we'll do is we'll just go direct to Rebuild like that, just to try and get us in a better course. And what can I say, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Very, very, very impressed. I mean, I was impressed from the videos that we'd seen from other content creators, but actually having my hands on flying it now is yeah, it's good. So with that, as we head up into the cruise, I shall leave you folks here, and we'll catch you again once we're heading down into Glasgow. I shall see you then. Enjoy any shots or cruise shots that I provide in the meantime, and yeah, we'll see you then. Hello everybody and welcome back. We are just coming through 10,000 for setting the approach up. It's been a nice flight. Plane has been good, and yeah, we're just getting set up for the approach. So just in terms of approach, we're 110 11010 for the the 10 sorry 11010 for the approach, like so. Let's go mode ILS 11010 active, so we've got that on both sides tuned. Below 10,000, so we'll just put the landing lights on. Seat belts can come on. For landing, we're going to be auto brake. We'll use the auto brake too, and we'll just set the pressure now, which is still 1016 at Glasgow. So we'll just set that now, and 1016, like so. So yeah, fairly straight in that. I've just basically cut out a lot of the kind of approach and just taken a nice fairly easy one in. Going to have a little look at the wing view. It's such a nice plane. There's Preflight Airport there. So we're just coming up about 15 miles from our turn onto the localizer. Going to try and hand fly it down for most of the approach if I can. A little bit bumpy, as you can see. Once we get to 10 miles from the turn, I'm just going to set flaps 1 just to bring the speed down. In fact, I'm just going to do it now, just try and help get the speed down a bit. I'm just going to speed intervene. Put it to the flap 1 bug. Also going to arm the localizer. Also just going to VS just to try and get us down a little bit quicker onto that glide path. Starting to come up now. So what I'm going to do is just bring that back to 800. We'll be catching the glide localizer any second. Whoa, it's very, very windy. Or turbulent, which is interesting. It's shown as a landing in with a tailwind, but according to the latest ATIS down the runway, it is very, very slight breeze down the runway. Okay, bring that to 6. Let's just slow that right down. Should catch localizer very shortly. Go pretty much bang on with the glide. Once we've caught the glide, I'll go flaps 5 as we turn. There we go. Approach mode. Runway approach course error. Is that because I haven't put the course in here? Hold on. Approach, no. Hang on. 48. Let's try that again. Approach. Now I'm not actually sure if we're on the glide or not. Go flaps 5. So our final VREF will be 144 today. Looks like we're on the glide. The approach button isn't lit, but I don't know if that's normal. I'm not a professional, as they say. It's very bumpy. So 6 miles, we'll go flaps 15, gear down. Bring the speed down to 144. And with that, we can go flaps 30. There we go. Put starters to continuous. Should have probably done that earlier. We just put all the runway turn offs on at the moment. And yeah, let's take the autopilot out and fly this ourselves.
1,000.
There we go. Wish me luck, folks. A little bit off to the right, so just correcting. Nice clear day in Glasgow.
Approaching 05.
Let's check. A little downdraft there. Correcting. A little bit more throttle. It's fine.
500. 400.
A little bit more speed. There we go. It's beautiful approach so far.
300.
Just keep it on the glides.
200.
Speed's looking okay.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Round the throttle's to idle. Lovely. Oh, just... Reversers on. I actually think I forgot to arm the speed brakes, but nonetheless. 80 knots. Manual braking, bring the reversers in. Welcome. Listen to the noise of those brakes, that's incredible. Welcome to Glasgow. I'm just going to turn these off just now. That sounds amazing. So we can go speed brakes off, bring the flaps all the way up. And we'll turn off the runway. Lovely jubbly. Welcome to Glasgow. Once we're turned round onto the taxiway here, I will get us all cleaned up. Whoa. Okay, so just take the runway turn-offs off at the moment. We can start the APU up, why not? Strobes off, and everything can stay as it is. We can bring the auto brake off. I love the sound of those brakes, sounds incredible. Can probably stop the clock too. So 2 hours and 19 minutes according to the clock, which is not too bad. Just gonna stop the recording on SkyDolly. There we go. But yeah, the aircraft is great. As always seems to be the case at Glasgow, the fire trucks are out to greet us. But yeah, I think for now I found my new favourite aircraft in the sim. I kind of guessed that would be the case from the pre-release videos and things that I'd already seen of the aircraft, so it's basically just confirmed that. Okay, I'm just going to get GSX ready. We're going to go to gate 34. It's the one I always go to here. It's on, I know what it is, so in fact no, we'll go 33. APU is on, so I'm just going to flick over at the APU gens just while I remember. I can't get over how good the brakes sound. Bringing it round. Taxi light can come off. We'll swing round into gate 33 here. I think we're far too far forward, but that's okay. We'll set the parking brake. Oh, there we go. And with that, just double check APU's on, that's fine, and engine's off. Can bring off these 3 fuel pumps, just bring off the centre hydraulics, seatbelt signs off, and the anti-collision light can come off as well, and we can request deboarding. And that should be us. Welcome. To Glasgow. And what was a nice flight in the iFly 737, nearly said PMDG there, but yeah, wonderful flight. Nice to see GSX has been incredibly loud as always. But yeah, if you're on the fence about buying the product, then I would highly recommend it if you like your Boeings. Only a couple of issues that I came across in the flight are the auto throttle. When the auto throttle's on and you push the throttles, if you move them, your movement of your throttle is overriding the auto throttle, so you just got to be really careful that once you say you set 50% on takeoff and hit the toga button, do not touch your throttle, because if you touch it, it'll override. You might actually have noticed that on our takeoff roll. The other thing as well is I tried to change a graphic setting within the sim during the flight, so I paused it like this to change it. When I came back, in fact, you just noticed it there. Notice how the trim wheel is changing, which was causing the autopilot to disconnect and the plane to nosedive. So just be careful of that. Every time you pause it, it seems to reset the trim. I don't know if that's a me issue or a plane issue, but yeah, that's one thing I've certainly noticed, that when you pause, it is resetting the trim. No matter where you have the trim is completely resetting when you pause it. So just watch for that. But yeah, in terms of everything else, it's been absolutely spot on, and I can't fault it. So yes, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Plenty more videos to come in this beautiful aircraft. But until then, thank you for watching, and see you next time.